To wrap up day one of Unite 2021, welcome our newest diamond consultant, Emily Morrow.
Hi, Organo family. Hope y'all have had an amazing Saturday up to this point. My name is Emily Morrow and can officially say that I am a diamond in Organo, still kind of taking it all in all of everything that's happened, hit diamond on the 30th of January. Really just feel lucky and fortunate and honored and blessed and all of the above. So I thought it would be an amazing way to inspire all of y'all to share a little bit about my story, how I got to this place of reaching this rank, and some of the things that I found really valuable along the way that you can take and apply to your own business and those that are on your team, because we do have something truly special. So thinking back to when I was first introduced, it was in 2018, summertime-ish. My functional medicine doctor was carrying the products, and I knew that when he handed me them that they would be life-changing because of what it's given me in community today. I consumed them for 6 months, and then I set up a wholesale account, officially started sharing January, I think, of 2019. So that is when I very first started talking about our company on social media, because I've grown my business 100% on social media. And I remember I did $500 that month, and I was so excited. That was my volume of the month. And I just made a commitment that I wanted to get this product into as many hands as possible. I didn't totally know what that would look like. I knew I wanted to do it an entirely new way. And I just put my faith and trust in the Lord and said, we're going to do this. And I'm going to help as many people as I possibly can. And then a few months later, I kind of hit Platinum Elite, and then the very next month, Sapphire. And I hung on to Sapphire for around a year and a half. And then COVID happens, right? And people are furloughed from jobs. And I was furloughed from my coaching job at Orange Theory. And I had a moment of, you have an opportunity to go two ways, right? You can, feel bad for yourself, or you can take it as an opportunity to, what can I do in this time? And though I was sharing the products every day since, I very first started them, I made a commitment and I made a decision and I went all in. And, you hear that a lot, like go all in. You'll hear your leaders tell you that. And now, being where I'm at now, I was not all in before. And what does all in look like? It's consistency, it's confidence, it's showing up every single day, it's offering solutions, it's not getting upset or frustrated if things kind of take a dip. And so I went all in, and shortly after hit Ruby at like a volume of 53,000, and then went Emerald the very next month. And that was in August of last year, 2020. From there, it's just kind of been a progressive, linear line upward to hitting diamond in January of 2021. Great way to kick it off. So a little bit about how I did that, because everyone always asks, how have you done this? Want to make a note that when you look at my month of diamond, I do not have anybody at a rank of ruby or above. Every person on my team, I have, I believe, 3 sapphires, 1 or maybe 2 PLEs, and then the rest are either platinums, VIPs, or here's the big thing here, retail and wholesale customers. My business, I knew, would be my responsibility. And I did not want to ever have to rely on anybody else. I knew what vision and dreams and goals I had, and that is to change the lives of millions of people and to show up and share on social media. And when I did that through attraction marketing, people started reaching out. I am not someone who wants to go and prospect and recruit. It's just not me. If you do that and it works, amazing. It's just not something that was in my heart. I wanted to present my life and our incredible products in a way where people are like, what's different about her? She glows, she has energy, she has joy. I've watched her transform and change. These benefits of this mushroom look amazing. Her coffee pours look incredible. I want that. And slowly but surely, people started reaching out to me saying, I want to try this. How can I get it? And I would immediately send them a few options. I would say, we have a 7-day trial option, which is something I created, just a combination of the beverages for $20. We have a retail option, which you can, buy as much or as little as you want, or you can set up a wholesale account. And that wholesale account, just like Costco, will give you the products at a wholesale cost for the year. You can choose to renew if you want. No obligations, no selling requirements, no purchase requirements. I never once brought up the pack. Even when wholesale buyers join, they don't even have an idea that the pack exists. because I want them to get it if they want to build the business, right? You've always got to meet people where they're at. There are going to be people that come into your life and come into your business, and they are so happy and content as a wholesale customer or a retail customer. And that is amazing, because imagine having $100,000 worth of wholesale and retail customer volume, and they're happy with that, right? And that's what I wanted to do. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, that's just what Emily does. No one else can replicate that. The girls on my team are duplicating it. They're showing up, they're sharing their coffee pours on social media, they're meeting people where they're at, they're acting out of passion over pushing and service and love over, creating this contact list of just harassing people, and their businesses are growing. And it's affirming when I have people say, I hit VIP, what's that? They have no idea. They have no idea when they hit VIP, because they're just showing up and sharing on social media. Or when someone hits Sapphire, they're like, oh, cool. It's just like they love it. And so creating that culture of your team is so important, and allowing them to be in a season of, maybe they don't want to do the business right now. Maybe they're walking through something really hard or really tough, or they don't want to make Organo a full-time thing, right? Like they want it to be a part of their life. Maybe they want their coffee paid for. But what if they're sharing it and they're drinking it and someone says, what is that? And that person joins and becomes your next superstar. You never know. And so meeting people where they're at and presenting our products with a customer retail focus is what I did. And it's what my team is doing. And it's why we've built this incredible foundation. And that's why I'm sitting here today being able to say, holy cow, I'm a diamond, right? And it's a dream I've always had since the day I opened, but I knew I wanted to do it differently. So here's some things you can focus on when you're like, okay, I'm in, I want to do this. Don't be afraid to pivot. When I joined this company, what I do is so different from everyone else. And what you do may be so different from me, and that's okay. But you can do it differently. And social media, I'm telling y'all, if you're not on it, if you're not posting and showing up daily, it is the easiest way to outreach everyone in the world. I have my team that is probably 98 to 99% of people I met on social media. And you can do one post and it can be reshared and it can reach hundreds of thousands of people. I have only used Instagram. I don't currently dabble in any of the other platforms, but myself and my team use Instagram. And I did a social media training that I think y'all had an opportunity to see, if not today or tomorrow or at some point, that talks about how to use that. So I'm not going to go too much into detail, but showing up on social media and sharing your own bubbly, amazing self and the things that make you, you and different, and talking about our products and presenting them to attract customers is going to be step one. Step two is going to be meeting people where they're at, right? Give them options. People love options. They reach out and say, hey, I want to try this, right? Give them step ABC. Awesome. Do you want a 7-day challenge? Do you want to set up a retail account? Do you want to set up wholesale? See what they want. And then once they give you that answer, you can help guide them towards that next process. The next thing I want to talk about is responsibility. We are very, very, very quick to look at maybe, a delay in the ports or an out of stock item or members on our team that aren't performing in a way that we want to, and we point fingers. Your business is your responsibility. So step 3, if we're going in steps here, would be to treat every single day you wake up like day one that you started your business. Because when people settle and they become complacent and they feel like they have all these people underneath them actively working, and some of those that maybe they're high volume people drop off, your volume is going to take a huge hit. But if you show up every morning like it's day one of your business and no one that knows you has ever heard about your product, you're going to continue attracting customers, because your best customers become your best distributors. That's what happened to me. I look at all of these incredible women, and some of them are about to hit Ruby, and they were customers to start. They fell in love with our product. They developed a story. They developed a passion for this company, and they became distributors because of it. And it's kind of downstream affected everyone beneath them. So day one, it's like no one's ever heard about your product. Show up day one, attract customers. Step 4, we're at step 4, relationship focus. My favorite thing about Organo is my team. They are my rocks. They are my people. They are the individuals that will be lifelong friends. And I met them through this company. And so when you foster and you nurture those relationships, you create a culture that is going to stand by one another every single day. And maybe it's a down month for someone and you meet them where they're at and you support them and you call them and you care more about them as a human than how much volume they're putting into your back office. And when you do that, you create something irreplaceable, so special, where people literally reach out to you and your team saying, I want to be a part of that. I do team calls, not weekly. A lot of the girls on my team are full-time moms or they have a full-time job. I run a full-time job. Everyone in the company knows I am like the busiest human being on the planet. And so I want to respect other people's time too. But our team calls, I probably only talk about organo 5% of the time. Because I firmly believe if you pour into people, you develop them as humans, you allow them to set fear aside, their organo business will grow. And you're going to build a community of people that cheers each other on and has this bond that is attractable to everyone else. Anytime people are on our calls, they're like, this is the group of women that I've asked for my entire life. This is the group of women that's going to push me to be successful in everything I do outside of organo. And so maybe switch that, right? Like if you're consistently doing weekly calls and it's all product focus, do a get to know your team call. What do they love to do on the weekends? What are their joys? What are their passions? What are their dreams for their lives? Breathwork sessions, mindset sessions, trainings that have to do with self-development. These are the things that I foster in my team because the dividends it pays off in the end are amazing. And then they end up getting the promotion at work. They end up advancing every other area of their life. And that's really, 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 really important. Next step is appreciate the people who show up, right? You know who I'm talking about, the people in your business who've been with you for so long and they may have not hit a rank yet, but they're there, they're showing up, they're doing their part. Treat them the same way you would your emerald, your ruby, your sapphires, your PLEs, your platinums, because they're a really big part of the body. You know, like hands have a purpose. The brain has a purpose. The heart, the liver, your legs, your toes, your fingernails, your eyelashes. These are all things that serve a purpose. And that purpose for each individual may look different, but you need all of them. I was listening to a talk the other day and they talked about how if someone were to, let's say, like have their arm sliced off, which I know is a very visual thing, and you leave that arm on the ground, the person's going to be okay. Right? They're going to be okay if that arm leaves. If someone leaves your business, you're going to be okay because you have every other function part of your body. But if you come back to that arm a year from now, it is going to be shriveled up. It is going to not work on its own. And so if you have a bunch of your people just doing all their own thing, it's not as a unit, it's not a cohesive part of the body, it's not going to work. There's power in unity. There's power in combining the works of the hands with the toes, with the feet, with the heart, with the lungs. And that's what your team can create. So appreciate that. You know, they may only bring in $200 a month. Appreciate that, right? Appreciate what they're doing for your organization and showing up and creating that culture. Our next step on the list is to set a goal. I always have goals. Always have goals. Self goals and team goals. I set a goal that I want to impact 1 million lives. I've got a lot of work to do. But if I am making it a goal to impact 1 million lives, my volume is going to grow. My team is going to grow. The rank is going to continue to grow. And a lot of people were like, congrats on Diamond. Like, I've been blown away by all the support. And I'm like, that's a stepping stone, right? Like my vision is so much bigger, where I'm like, my sights are set on 1 million lives, 1 million lives, 1 million lives. Because if you do that, if our entire company did that, we reach so many people. You think so big that like the milestones to get there just happen. And so in setting goals, mindset is going to be really, 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 really important. Positivity always. We just went through a situation where there was back orders. And, you know, it's very easy for people to say, oh, my customers are frustrated. There's back orders. I can't do this. I can't do this. I've built my entire business upon one product, King Coffee. And it was out of stock for a while. And what I did was shift my mindset. How can we create a solution here? Not, dang, products are on back order. This is going to set me back. I knew we'd be fine. And I told my team and my customers, this is great. You can get the black coffee, try a new flavor, and add the spores to it. Done. Solution. King comes back in stock, 84,000 sales over the course of a few days in King Coffee. There's value to it, but you can create solutions in the meantime. So your mindset in all of this is important. So important, not having expectations of, I want to hit this rank by this date, and if I don't, I'm a failure. Or these people on my team aren't working, or I don't have as much customers as I thought, or my business is stagnant. Go back to like your business is your responsibility, because the mindset you have, the mindset that you show up as, your team is going to follow suit. So creating that mindset is going to be massively important and massively huge. And then the final thing that I am going to speak on in regards to all of this is learn as you go. One of my favorite quotes, and my team knows this, is everything is figure outable. If you're like, I've never used social media, go to YouTube and figure out how to use social media. If you've never done a trial packet, go to YouTube, figure out how to make a trial packet or do shipments. If you have no idea what raising your vibration or mindset looks like, go buy a book on it, download a podcast, go do your own research. No one taught me how to do any of the things I'm doing. I was not like guided. I was not instructed. I put the work in, and it's going to take putting the work in. This is a business. At the end of the day, this is a business, and it's such a cheaper investment in business than an actual LLC startup your own. What is it, like $50 to set up a business with Organo? And then I would recommend getting some products to trial out and use and learn. But I look at my other business, and I've spent thousands of dollars to keep that business running. This is so cheap. It's so easy. Anyone can do it. You save on taxes. And so when you look at the pack options, which I'll get to here in a second as an option, and it's this good of a deal, it's a no-brainer to get that promo packet if this is a business you want to foster and grow. You're going to use the products regardless. People are probably going to ask you to try them out or offer solutions. And it's literally cheaper than starting your own LLC. So you kind of got to put some money into your Organo business. You've got to put some time. You've got to put some unpaid hours in order for it to grow and have inventory and stock to know the product and sell the product, right? So with this pack, which is going to be a promo for 48 hours, you can lock in the ability top 3 to earn the new XT. And then different regions are different, but you'll also lock in something called gold status and 700 PQV for the US and Canada. Gold status, if you're not gold status qualified and you're watching Unite, that is something you're going to want to do. It is a no-brainer to be gold status qualified if you're looking to make additional residual income or income in general in this company. You're going to maximize your commissions, and it's going to make it real. I think when you invest in something, you naturally will work harder to sell it. If you have products at your house and you see them, your mind's going to create solutions for how can I move those, right? Is it a farmer's market? Is it a trial packet? Is it a challenge? Is it just sampling out as like cost options for those packets, like 1 packet or 2 packets for $6 or $9 or whatever that looks like? That you can do that. So this pack is a really, really good idea. My team bought this pack back in October, the one that's in US and Canada, and it was huge for my team. Products flew off the shelves. They've been asking me since October, when is that pack coming back? When is that pack coming back? When is that pack coming back? A lot of them wish they would have gotten it then, and they haven't now, and they're dual team qualified, and it is beneficial now. So if you're looking to build this business, a pack is definitely something that you're going to want. And then something I'll close with, last but not least, is every single one of you is capable. And I say that because I think we look towards Dr. Bob or Diane Solano or other diamonds in the industry, and we think we can't be them. And no, you can't be them, but you can be you. You can be your most unique self that shows up, that creates new innovative ideas and solutions and creates your own culture that is irreplaceable. And everyone can do that. If I can build a culture and a team off of one product and reach diamond with a retail wholesale focus, so can you. Every single one of you is capable of that. It just sometimes takes setting aside fear and just deciding I'm going to go all in. I'm going to make that commitment. I'm going to decide I'm going to do this. I'm going to write it down in my journal that it's going to happen, and then just make it happen. Because I asked some of the Organo overhead individuals how many diamonds are in the company. And when they told me, I was like, ooh, that's not enough. We need so many more. I remember Bob and Diane even said there's open tables waiting. And I fully believe that. And this pandemic can be something that rockets your business forward. So I hope you all had an amazing first day. I want to thank all of Organo for being the most incredible company and support team that I never knew I needed. I want to thank Mama Kelly Urkowski and Dr. Bob for being the most amazing humans in the entire planet and believing in me in a season and time of my life that I really, really, really needed it. And I get emotional because this company's special. Your leaders are special. And what we're doing is really, 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 really cool. And you have an opportunity to be a part of that. So thank you to all of you. I am so appreciative of all the love and support and can't wait to celebrate every single one of y'all's future success. Thank God.